Salutations to Parabrahma Paramatma, to entire Rishimuni Guru Devata Parampara, to our Shruti Mata and our Ishta Devatas. Salutations and welcome to every one of you for new and yet another Upanishads study. It's a continuous endeavor till the truth is gained. Generally, the inner tending and tendency is to be static. From the static state of non performance, becoming dynamic and putting efforts to work for survival, existence, itself an evolution in itself. Some come up to that level, some evolutionary jivas. Rising above that, along with that, becoming emotional, bringing the emotional aspect because of various relations, relativities, mutual dependencies, etc. The needs of those emotions, beauty of those emotions, understanding them and invoking them within, and living life dynamically with emotions is little higher evolution. So being static, being dynamic, being with those beauty and joy adding emotions in life, in which we just with the whole world in such a good tune that mutually we are able to help. I am helping the world of beings around me, even things, and they in turn are reciprocating their help to me. Little higher, greater than all these three, being static, being dynamic, being emotional is being intellectual, wherein we use our intellect to try to understand the things, their functionings, their making up, their correct way of getting it or correct way of using, etc. It becomes tough for someone to come to that level. Most of the beings are happy at the emotional action level. Once these two are done, they are ready for being static, relaxed. And for their being dynamic and emotional, somebody else's intellectual knowledge or understanding, they just blindly follow. He has told me I am doing it. Understand? Somebody told me I am doing it, or it is written in the book, therefore I am doing it. So only up to seeing what is mentioned there and doing it blindly. Maximum this much people use the intellect to know, but there are only few ones who use the intellect for more clearer purpose of understanding by himself thoroughly what exactly it is, what it is containing, the ingredients, and what are the pros with this, consequences with that, profits, consequences, and losses. Should we go for it or not? If yes, how to procure it in a right manner, how to use it. Now, these are all intellectual things which we name it as Vijnanam, knowledge, is it not? Among the 802 or 4 crores of people in the world, how many in this way are using the intellect to gain knowledge by their own efforts for their own self? बहुत कम होता है, because life चलता है by being static also, by being emotional or dynamic and emotional. So people are going on, and then little of the information to continue this emotional dynamism, that is enough. Intellect की I am the head of the family, my family members, बस इतना ही दिमाग. उसके बाद emotions, yes, yes, they love me, I love them, we can't live without each other, we have to help each other and all. Then do whatever the action to be done. नौकरी करो, तनख्वाह लाओ और खाना बना के खिलाओ Ishvara say maximum world is life, living life like that. Human life we are talking. There are only few ones who become intellectuals. And once they start becoming intellectual thinkers, then they study the world, they observe the world, and then from that world, how best what is required for their comforts can be eked out or taken out or brought out. All those who tried like this, looking at the world, understanding the world, trying to make better use of the world, all of them become the wonderful, beautiful contributors called as scientists. So, ज्ञानी है वो सब लोग. They have used intellect. But even there, using the intellect for the outer world is easier. Tougher is using the intellect to gain the knowledge about our own individuality, about what different layers we live life in, and each one's limitations are the glories. And if we are inadvertent, how our own faculties become our own liabilities. Thinkers in this way are very rare. जरूरत ही नहीं लगती है है कि नहीं? खाना खाओ बस थक जाएंगे सो जाओ उठो फिर नौकरी करो खाना इतना होता है बट दिस ए बॉडी इज ए ह्यूमन बॉडी in it these are the sophistications, this is how it can be maintained for its long life, healthy life, strong life. How many think, even those who go for various pathis, the naturopathies, allopathies, or all of them, only for few days they are able to do those things. उसके बाद 99% उनको ना बोर लग जाता है वो छोड़ देते हो. They can't even to maintain the body consistently. एक आध बार कोई भी कर सकते. So the object world observation and object world procurement or improvement or involvement, they all become much easier, though tougher compared to being emotional and dynamic, mere dynamic. But subjectively, this way, consistently becoming aware, having the knowledge, correctly gained knowledge, authentic knowledge, and then accordingly maintaining our all these, let us say, layers of our Vyaktitva. See, being emotional, as we said earlier, was just simple. You see a dog, it is not well, so you gave a food, etc. It's emotion. Also, very बहुत superficial है. Here, beyond the body, go to the mind or senses. The ability to think about the presence of them, again, their sophistication, their abilities, debilities, up to what extent they can be improved upon or used or protected or integrated or kept intact in its whatever the inspiration or purity or single pointedness. ये विद्या के लिए ना कोई तो जाता ही नहीं, बहुत कम है ना. How many schools, colleges in the whole world, why world only, our nation are there, which are thoroughly explaining to us all these states of our personality levels and their pros and cons. Just zero only. In some medical colleges, only about the physiological body that is taught. उसमें भी only its anatomy, physiology, and on the disease aspect, health aspect. Beyond that, where from it has come, who made it, why it is given to us, किसने पढ़ाया बताओ. लगता है इसकी कोई जरूरत ही नहीं. चल रहा है ना जिंदगी. Just like without coming to the satsang, without doing any upasana or jap, sadhana, without any of the visiting temple, life चलता है. Every kutta, gadha, भैंस जी रहा है. So why can't we live? So life can go on without all this. But then the purpose of the life, meaning of the life, discovery is a special achievement of human, which he must do and also not necessary. Whether he must do it or not is from within. Like I must take this class or not necessary is within me. I can say enough. ईशकेन कटप्रश्नमुण्डमाण्डूक्य तैत्तिरीय. Hmm? Seven Upanishads are studied. That must be enough for our reflection, contemplation, and doing sadhana. So no need at all for this eighth Aitareya. Aitareya. It can be like that for me. No, 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 no. Seven when we studied in the sequence, Bhagavan Adi Shankara given us these 11 Upanishads. So Aitareya, Shvetashvatara, Chandogya, Bradharanyaka. So पूरा पढ़ना है. So it's must made by me. Because nobody asks, nobody compels us. Ha, with our maladjustments of our personality, when we do wrong to the world, the totality, the world, the nature as its own technique of treating us and setting us right. If you are not allowing it to do so, we will be eliminated. The world will work like that. तो मेरे द्वारा किसी को नुकसान हो रहा है तो फिर वो टीचिंग मुझे मिलेगा. लेकिन without doing any harm to anyone, without any of these inquiry, I'm just living. There's no compulsion for someone. There's no must for someone to thoroughly analyze, understand his personality layers, etc. That's why it is not becoming important in any government or constitution or educational system. हमारे शरीर, इंद्रिय, मन, बुद्धि, उसका मेकअप, उसका कहाँ से आया, उसके शक्तियाँ क्या है, पॉजिटिव क्या है, नेगेटिव क्या है. Except in Shuddha Vedanta Shastras, where are these subjects taught? As if they are not at all necessary. Is it not? There's no compulsion, there's no mustness in that. You know, whether somebody can make it or not, we don't know. In the next parliamentary session अभी चल रहा है, इसमें एक बिल पास कर दिया जाए कि एवरीबडी मस्ट स्टडी विवेक चूड़ामणि उपनिषद एक्सेट्रा. एवरी कॉलेज स्कूल स्टूडेंट्स, every of the government servants, private sectors, the first qualification for them to be given the job is they must thoroughly understand all their personality layers. 1 year they have to study under this, and they should procure the certificate. Then only they are allowed. अगर अपन ऐसा बिल पास किया जाए, it's wonderful for the whole nation, in fact. Because everybody clearly understands these very sublime, subtle, intricate personality layers and how we have to monitor them for the best of the results. It's a greatest of this science actually. First इसी को actually promote करना चाहिए. But the problem is God, without this जिंदगी चल रहा है, इसलिए कोई इसका खैर नहीं रखते. So even you and I, when we try, our efforts also are meager only, not in depth study. My deha, its nature, how to keep it healthy, strong, long living. My indriyas, their sophistication, how to protect them. So to my mana, all these ingredients in it, the positive aspect, the negative aspect, all that. Mostly importantly, my intellect, its ability. Possibilities in the intellect, but now it is being slave to the mana indriya sharira. It is as if impotent now it's there. How to make the intellect potential or dynamic or energetic? How the best way it has to be used. Like the gold ores, etc., are unearthed, then they are purified through various processes, and that is made available, so valuable that gold is. But it is inside the earth earlier. Now it is brought out, purified, used. So to within, buried within the Anna Prana Mana is the intellect. And unearthing that, and then purifying it of all the nonsense and making right use of it. Is it not? It's a big vidya, but nobody talks about it. Nobody. It's very rare. I don't see. In this way, analysis is done. Automatically, because we are working in the world, listening to some satsang, थोड़ा सा बुद्धि में विकास होता है. But consciously minding our own buddhi and trying to bring vikasa in that is nobody's choice. ऐसा कोई इंडस्ट्री, कोई इंस्टीट्यूट स्टार्ट किया जाए तो कितने ज्वाइन होंगे, डाउट ही है. हाँ, इफ यू मेक इट कंपल्शन, इफ यू हैड ए रिजर्वेशन एंड ए सर्टिफिकेट एक्सेट्रा, अब उसके वास्ते लोग आ जाते. That's different. Like people, for the sake of power, they enter politics, not to really serve the nation in its true sense. 90% तो ऐसे होते हैं. Only 10% are true servants. Like 10% are true doctors who just take a profession only to eliminate the misery and disease of the people. बाकी सबको शौक है पढ़ाई, क्या कहते हैं, पैसे कमा सकते हैं, नेम फेम होगा. In the same way, now more tougher than all this is the use of that intellect to gain the knowledge of something which is said to be the substratum of everything, yet unseen, unknown, unknowable by any of the faculties. अब देखो, this is the toughest of the task, most heaviest of the tasks, and most boring of the task. And that is what is the Vedanta Shravana, Vedanta Vicharana, Vedanta Antarmathana, Vedanta Chintana, where it never ends only. You study Upanishad 222 times. फिर भी वो पले नहीं पड़ता हो. And for the sake of doing it, everything else have to be given up. When that's given up, that Sukha Bhoga is gone away. And here nothing is achieved. Then how much of the faith, how much of the consistency, how much of the inspiration, how much of the readiness to sacrifice are all called for. If someone will have to inquire about that which is beyond, behind, and with all the familiar faculties, it is unknowable. Used, and the only way to know it is Shastra, and Shastra says, Nayamatma pravachanena labhya. See, शास्त्र says तुम मुझे पढ़ो तभी जाकर परमात्मा समझ में आएंगे, लेकिन सिर्फ मेरे पढ़ने से मात्र में तुमको परमात्मा नहीं मिलेंगे. सेम शास्त्र says. Guru says, without listening to me, you will not understand, but by merely listening to me, I am Atma Pravachanena Labhyaha, you can't reach it out. No, it becomes so confusing, so tough. But it's not unclear. Huh? It is clear for those who have reached it. That's how they are propagating it. If that is not there, if it is impossible, then such saints and sages in every generation coming and talking about, though very, very few they are in number, about that beyond would have been not there. दुकान बंद होना चाहिए. अगर कोई ऐसा कोई वस्तु नहीं है और उसका जांच पड़ताल हो ही नहीं सकता, कोई जा नहीं सकते और उसका कोई महिमा नहीं है, तो nobody would have promoted it. It would have ended. On the other hand, all other things are changing and getting ended. But this is the only thing, though very few in number, but sustainingly going on. In every generation, there are some great Mahatmas, Rishis, saints who have touched that truth and basking in that beauty and joy and bliss of that, propagating that. And now, again, after coming to this path also, being consistent, being regular, being, going through all the tough tasks and struggling, especially to the modern man of the extroverted education and the Kali Yuga person of involving in interested in so much Bhautika Vada, mind and heart are filled with so many necessities, the compulsions, how much of the things that are heavily loaded in our small little head. And in this head, we have to add this sublime truth or its inquiry or study of such science or Shastra is actually Herculean impossible task only. That's why very few start. And among those who have started, only few remain consistently on the path. And the one who remains with full faith, like how many tried for mounting the Everest or swimming through some of the rivers. Only those who have not given up, that they have reached out. But many fail at different stages and levels for different reasons. Only very, that is why कश्चित धीरा. कश्चित मीन्स कोई ना कोई, बस एक बंदा रेयर होता है. प्रत्यगात्मानम ऐक्षत. गीता में भी कश्चित यतति सिद्धये. यततामपि सिद्धानाम कश्चित माम वेत्ति. That kashchit is a very powerful word to say. The very very rare, very rare, very rare. और एक बंदा ऐसा निकल भी जाए ना पढ़ने के लिए, और बाकी सारे उसको इतना रुलाई धुलाई करके खींच ही लेते हैं अपने में, है ना. Like in any government office, one fellow very honestly on time, he wants to work without any bribe at all. बाकी सारे हंसी मजाक कर करके ultimately they will convert him also to be lazy and irresponsible. यह खुद ही होता है. आफ्टर सम डेज वाचिंग एवरीबडी लाफिंग एंजॉयिंग विदाउट डूइंग एनीथिंग, आई एम डूइंग एवरीथिंग एंड अननेसेसरली फ्रस्ट्रेटेड एंड आई एम ओनली गेटिंग ऑल किक्स फ्रॉम द बॉस. धीरे धीरे ही आल्सो गेट्स दैट कश्चित आल्सो, है ना. सो what we are discussing today is to come to the use of the intellect to gain the knowledge itself is such a tough job. And in that knowledge, three things: one about the world and its better way of understanding using; second is about our own personality layers, the better way of understanding them, managing them, using for the best purpose; and the third is to try to understand that which is beyond, called as philosophy or spirituality, more precisely Veda Anta. Veda means knowledge, Anta means ultimate, Akme. Anta is not end here, ultimate, beyond which there is nothing. So, we, whether deserve even the first level of knowledge or not, yet we have taken up from last 3.5 4 years the third aspect of trying to use our intellect to gain the knowledge of that which is something beyond through the study of the Upanishads with Bhashya. And again, because of the toughness of the subject, in this क्या होता है फिर से, you have to chant the mantras, remember the mantras, know the meaning of it, remember that meaning, contemplate on that, get the clear understanding or conviction, and keep that in the heart all the time. अब देखो किसको पड़े ये सब करने को, very tough, only those few individuals who have really found a deep interest and taste in it, they go through all that. Like we have studied Isha Vasyas 3 साल पहले. How many of know all those only 18 mantras by heart? At least one mantra. अब मंत्र ही याद नहीं है तो उसके पद याद नहीं है तो उसका अर्थ कैसे याद होएगा? Then na कि what Bhagavan Shankara tries to explain to us through the Bhashya, we can go to that level. So that's how, though we have taken a very big task, but please, it is my thing I am saying, don't know about you. Though the task taken up is very big, our inner abilities and my inner abilities and efforts are so less that the goal kept is to reach the truth through the study of Upanishads. But even remembering the meaning of mantras also is not there in me at that lowest level there. But somehow the prompting from the Guru Parampara or the Lord, or maybe our own willingness, prayers earlier done, that somehow we are pushing through our every days that 1 hour, 1 hour. Has it gone waste? We can't say. 100% has it given benefit? Definitely no. But at least little, the opening up is happening. This is how it will be. Remember, it is such slow only. Any Adhyatmika Jivana Vidhana, whether Bhakti, Yoga, Jnana, or even doing Karma Yoga, not an easy. इसको पहले समझना है, याद करना है, करते रहना है. With a little time and 100 responsibilities taken on the head, burdens and loads, it will be like this only. But then, as we say from the day one onwards, it is only our humbleness, simplicity. Surrender to the Guru Parampara, Shruti Mata and God. And our continuation, consistency, little sincerity. If these are there, that intellectual ability to pierce through the mantras of the Vedanta Upanishad and understanding them completely and thoroughly, may come to us in any number of lives, we don't know. Let it take. Then, once that clarity starts coming, then only we know the truth in it. Then only we find the true purpose in it. Only then we understand what we were doing so far. In pursuit, let us say, of excellence or happiness or comforts, was all wrong, all illusory and delusory. At that time, we will understand. Then only totally we wean away from everything and go for only this exclusively. That is in technical Vedantic Upanishadic language, it's called as Vyuttaya Bhaikshacharyaam Charanti. These are all very spiritual, technical Vedantic Shabda. The Shabda is Sanskrit mein hai. They are all given in Upanishad. But doesn't mean that they are not there now. Even in our own life also, same things happen which are put in the word form there. We are trying to say what is it in our Upanishads only, Bhashya only in a simple, understandable language for us. So, anyway, our endeavor continues, our effort to study. The Upanishads will continue. How much we understand is again effort, Prabhu Icha, but we will not give it up. Point one today introduction, preparing our minds for with more freshness or refreshing ourselves to study the new Upanishad. We are just spending a day today. Then, definitely by the grace of Rishi Guru Parampara, definitely by the grace of the Guru whom we have had faith and prayed to him, definitely some rishis must have looked at us and they must have done some sankalpa, our Ishwara Aradhana and Prarthana Phala, that we are into the study of the Upanishads. So, what wonderful was Ishavasya, we have seen the Kena Upanishad, its way of teaching us Keneshitam Padati Preshitam. Then we went through beautifully that six valleys of Kathopanishad, the two Adhyayas. How excellent they were. Ushan Havai, Vajashravasah, Sarvavedasam Dadau, Tasyaha. One of the beautiful thing about Katha was, through that Akyayika of Yama and Nachiketa, all qualifications, all preparations are taught to us so sweetly. It's such a sweet Upanishad. I can suggest you all keep half an hour every day and go through these earlier studied Upanishads. Time निकालना पड़ता है. Then always being in the Vedantic thought, any day we have to create. Only then the Vedantic truths are revealed to us. ये तो सत्य है ही ना. तो उसको पाने के लिए एक तरीका हो सकता है. Remember them. Then we went into this Prashna Upanishad. Again, those six questions by the six disciples. Na Sukesha cha Bharadvaja, Shaibhyascha Satyakamaha, Sauryaini cha Gargyaha, Kausalyascha Ashwalayanaha, Bhargavo Vaidarbhi, Kabandhi Katyayanaha, Tehi ete Brahmanishtaha Brahmaparaha, Prabbrahmanveshamanaha, Eshaha Vai Sarvam Havo Vakshatiti, say Pipaha, E Rishinam Pipaladam Upasannaha. भूय एव तपसा श्रद्धया संवत्सरं संवत्सथ अथ प्रश्नान् पृच्छत यदि विज्ञास्यामः सर्वं हवो वक्ष्याम इति. भूय एव तपसा ब्रह्मचर्येण श्रद्धया संवत्सरं संवत्सथ. That was a good journey. That prashnas, six of the prashna. कथ कबंदी कात्यायन उपेत्य पप्रच. अब याद नहीं है, but then that time it was good journey. And see, to remember all this, you have to be totally into that. Like a doctor, totally will have to be into that medicine 24 घंटे. Only then he can update and he can be a great doctor. बाकी लोग आरएमपी की तरह 2 घंटे बैठेंगे, सुई लगाएंगे. They are only at that level. है ना? In any of the fields of knowledge. Even a farmer also. Just like that, plowing the land, putting some of the things, whatever comes, he will sell that. उससे नहीं होता. You take more land, get on a rent or whatever, variety of instruments and flow it thoroughly and do it in big way, then that farmer is more useful. Any politician, बस ऐसे खड़े हैं, कुछ तो कुछ कर रहे हैं कार्यकर्ता के रूप में, that won't help. You'll have to be aggressively understanding and keeping the goal that I'll be the big leader, then the lead whole country in the vision. ऐसा बंदा है तो काम होगा. In the same way, Vedanta or Upanishad or Shastra needs someone's complete, total dedication only for it. Especially if it is Upanishads. Even Bhagavad Ramayana के लिए भी time waste नहीं करना चाहिए. पहले इसमें पूरा थरो होने के बाद, for the sake of seeing the same truth in them, we may go through that. Okay. Anyway, by the way, so the Prashna Upanishad we have seen. Then the Mundaka Upanishad came. It has its own simplicity but supervities. The three Mundakams, each having the two Khanda. In the beginning itself, the Guru Parampara is explained, and the way the disciple asks such a sweet question. Kasminna Bhagavo Vijñate Sarvamidam Vijñatam Bhavati. As an answer to that question, Guru Maharaj saying ki there are two Vidyas, my dear. Dve Vidye Veditavye. See, he was kind enough that Rishi, he gave Apara also the Vidya का ही दर्जा, है ना. उसको अविद्या करके छोड़कर ऐसे नहीं, अविद्या कहा, but then in the beginning they Vidye, there are two Vidyas. One is Apara Vidya, then later on it is called as Avidya because it doesn't give us moksha. To give importance to the Paravidya or moksha, this is called as Para. Because this Para called as Para, that is called Apara. Secondly, this Vidya is giving moksha. Ya Vidya sa vimukte, sa Vidya ya vimukte. With that, it will not come. Therefore, to differentiate it, that is named as Avidya. Otherwise, that also was respected some level. So then he explained the Paravidya to a great extent. Then the Paravidya is taken up. In Mundaka Upanishad, every khanda, every Mundaka is such a है तो कुछ ही श्लोक बट इतना कंप्लीट है, इतना बढ़िया. No, there are some shops. Every third rate objects are there. Somewhere in the corner, some valuable important thing is available. Like जो रोड पे बेचने वाले वस्तुएं रेडियां होते हैं. But there are some shops, you cannot get a second grade object there. Everything's top grade, high quality, very, famous products from the branded things. Branded company and the best of the things, price tag is kept there, no discussion. Just pay and take. Mundaka Upanishad is like that. Highly branded, greatest of the high level of mantras from the beginning. There is not even one letter in Mundaka Upanishad which is of no use. Like that, every Upanishad is, no doubt. But Mundaka Upanishad's way is so wonderful. It's for the one to whom it clicks, for the one who is qualified with the love for the Shastras, with some inclination, the ability to study and understand. ये तो महा फेस्टिवल है तो मुंडक उपनिषद. Wonderful it is. We have browsed through that. We can't say we remember all the mantras and the bhashyams and we are convinced and we are truly on the sadhana. किधर है? हम कोई बुलाते तो भागते, तो नहीं बुलाते तो क्यों नहीं बुलाया उसके. Our mind and our life outside only so much it is. So we are like children. Now छोटे बच्चों को उपनिषद दो पढ़ो बेटा करके, क्या करेगा वो? वही करेगा जो हम कर रहे हैं. See, there's no change as regards our inner makeup is concerned. We have not grown out of that childishness, is it not? Age बढ़ गया होगा, but our values or importance, कितने चाव से भोज चाउमीन खाते हैं, कितने चाव से संसार के हर एक चीज में फंसे रहते हैं. As it was said कि मेधया पिहितः, that लौकिक प्रज्ञा पे कितनी आस्था है हमारी. We want to know politics, we want to know sports, we want to know other entertainments. These are not at all the minds qualified for actualizing the Upanishadic Jnana. Upanishadic Jnana can be browsed through with all these things that are given importance. But true to a seeker, one has to give up all and go into the jungle, deeply involved in thoroughly that study and live it every moment. LIV. तो उतना हमको धीरे-धीरे होएगा. We will pray for it. Honestly, we seek it. We are not doing majak with our Upanishads. We want to experience the Upanishadic truth and all the knowledge thoroughly we want to gain. We are on the way to gather the qualification. In our first round, we are only browsing through to know the glory of the Upanishadic literature and way of life. Then slowly inside increasing our desire for it, attempting it more seriously, slowly coming out from that which is distractive, which is energy wasting. We'll start involving more and more in it, maybe after 20 साल 20 जन्म या 30 जन्म जो भी हो. But at this level of ours, this itself is the greatest endeavor, and never feel shy. We are studying but we are not able to understand thoroughly, and the people also ask us, you are attending classes such a long time but you have never changed only. Don't be carried away by them. This is an evolution. Any evolution itself, from that fish to become human, bodily, physically, how many millions of years it took for the evolution? Batao. If this physical evolution takes that much time, the inner evolution of personality, कहाँ है हम? बच्चा लोग हैं हम. We have never understood what are the पुरुषार्थास, what are their limitations. अब ऐसे गिनती करते जाओ, कौन सा चीज हमको पता है? I don't know when to talk, when not to talk, what not to talk, whom to friend, whom not to friend, whom to trust, whom not. अरे इतने basic common sense ये नहीं हमको. Then how can we expect that we thoroughly understand Upanishad and do sadhana and realize just because we are attending classes? Therefore, don't feel shy or humiliated, or even somebody else comments. They comment. You know, everything in this world, people are jealous. They comment. Like, the government yesterday, you saw the women bill passed. And the other fellow, they don't keep, they want to take credit of everything. 27 साल पहले हमने start किया. They say before the session started in that special all committee meeting would have discussed to avoid. अबे कुछ तो बोलना ही होता है उनको, ये opposition वाले. They can never appreciate. Minds are like that. People are like that. So we need not worry. By God's grace, Guru's Kripa, Guru Parampara Kripa, Shruti Mata has selected us. So she is slowly revealing to us that knowledge. Let us, with as long as our interest permits, as long as our goodwill permits, as long as we will be able to commit, as long as our health permits, we will go on going through it on daily basis only. आज के दिन आज के क्लास में हमको क्या मिला, बस ये कल के लिए याद रहेगा ना रहेगा, रहेगा तो अच्छा है. दैट्स व्हाई वी आर स्टडिंग. अब नहीं है तो यू कांट लीव टुमारोज क्लास. This is how we are understanding slowly. Such a sublime knowledge chance we are getting, but we are not qualified for it. Then comes from the within that genius thought. Therefore, let me become qualified. Let me develop memory power. Let me develop concentration power. Let me develop the contemplating power. Then, with all these abilities developed, with all the outer sadhanas, whatever, then let me study Upanishad this time thoroughly to understand with Bhashya the truth indicated. Let me meditate on that and know it. ये धीरे धीरे होएंगे. So after that Mundaka, we took up very tough one, जिसका एक श्लोक भी मेरे को तो याद नहीं है. But we have spent more than 300 days for it, 250, 300. That was Mandukya Upanishad. ओमित्येतदक्षरमिदगं तस्योपव्याख्यानं भूतं भवद्भविष्यत् इति सर्वमोङ्कार एव यच्चान्यत्रिकालातीतं तदप्योङ्कार एव सर्वं हि एतद् ब्रह्म अयमात्मा ब्रह्म सोऽयमात्मा चतुष्पाद् जागरितस्थानो बहिष्प्रज्ञः सप्ताङ्गः एकोनविंशतिमुखः स्थूलभुक् वैश्वानरः प्रथमपादः. क्या बोल रहे कुछ? God. But then that was also sweet journey as I feel it. We try to go through. Uh, Tiki tao, not very bad. But because again throughout the day and so many things important to us, we never spent time in doing the mananam. इसलिए पूरा घुसा नहीं वो ज्ञान पूरा अंदर. लेकिन एक अच्छा मेमोरी कि these are the timings where we have not wasted totally our time and energies in the nonsense of the world completely. At least those 1 hours. So that Mandukya Upanishad with all the four prakaranas, each was such a great one. The all the four prakaranas, Agama Prakarana, Vaitatya Prakarana, Advaita Prakarana, Alata Shanti. Do you remember them? Thoda Thoda. It's a good one it was. Don't feel shy. Any Brahmagnani, you ask them, they also will not remember all mantras. That is why he said to experience the truth. Remembrance of mantra is not required. But the theme is to be experienced through sadhana. है ना? भगवान ब्रह्मर्षि को पूछ को महाराज थोड़ा मांडू को परिषद मंत्र बोलेंगे तो you will not remember. That's all intellect's work. But what Mandukya says about the Turiya Avastha is always in that. They have used all these means to reach the experience. Some saints might have studied all the things earlier life. इस लाइफ में उनको बस उसी को ध्यान में पाने का ही बचा हुआ था, उन्होंने वो किया. Best example is him we have mentioned now. Now after Mandukya seen good time, then we took up Taittiriya Upanishad. Taittiriya exactly. एक नहीं दो नहीं नहीं तीन चार पूरा 500 दिन लगाए है ना. ऑलरेडी वी टुक 5 hours टू फॉरगेट इट. कल से आज तक आ गए तो द डिस्टेंस बिटवीन तैतरिया लॉट डेवलप्ड होने भूल ही गए हम उसको. कब स्टार्ट हुआ, कब चलता गया, कब खत्म हो गया है ना. And it was a big marathon study because of the importance and the lengthiness of the Bhashyam and also importance of the mantras. It deserved the time we gave it. We went through that. है ना. तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद ईच शीक्षाम्याख्यास्यामः वर्णस्वरः मात्राबलं सामसन्धानः इत्युक्त शीक्षाध्यायः सहनौ यशः सहनौ ब्रह्मवर्चसं ब्रह्मविदाप्नोति परं तदेशाभ्युक्ता और भृगुर्वै वारुणिः वरुणं पितरमुपससार अदीहि भगो ब्रह्मेति तस्मा एतत् प्रोवाच अन्नं प्राणं चक्षुश्रोत्रं मनोवाचमिति. All these mantras. इतो वा इमानि भूतानि जायन्ते न जातानि जीवन्ति यत् प्रयन्त्यपि संविशन्ति इति तद्विज्ञासस्व तद्ब्रह्मेति स तपोतप्यता स तपस्तप्त्वा अन्नं ब्रह्मेति विजानात्. Beautiful it was. Good, good. I really appreciate those who could sustain to come continuously. That's a purity of the heart. That is the jignasa inside Ishvara Krupa. सब बढ़िया चल रहा है गुरु कृपा भी. I really salute you, for those who could maintain the regularity, sincerity. Great it is. Really, some things cannot be put even in words. Even emotions also at lesser level. When you recognize somebody's glory in your heart, emotions may be useful to express to some extent, but not beyond. I have those special regards for you people. Those have maintained to be regular in our morning classes, which in turn helped me also to browse through. And I know my struggle of every mantra, every bhashya, how to go through. If your encouragement is not there, I would have closed it long back. Like yesterday, up to 2:30, only one thought. I didn't sleep. Should I start Aitareya or stop it? Only two are there to come regularly, or three. For their sake, should I do or stop or do my study and all? मैं कहा छोड़ दो सुबह देखेंगे. When the morning got up, it is so normal, casual. अरे पिछले 1200 दिन से कर रहे हो, जाओ बैठो आज भी. There was no thought. Only Guru Krupa pushed here. That's it. It's because there are some people who mutually deserve and are destined to go through this. Let us put it this way. So that is how, having done those 7 Upanishads and reaching nowhere, now let us go to the study of the 8th Upanishad, 8th one, to reach again nowhere or anywhere or everywhere. Iman lokan kamani kamarupyanu sancharan. Okay, now from yesterday we started Vinayaka Chaviti. It was only chanting. From today, let us call today as the day one. Our Taittiriya Upanishad Khatam hone ke baad, we are taking up from today the study with Sri Adi Shankara Bhashya of the 8th Upanishad in the sequence. The name of it is Aitareya. Aitareya. REYA, Aitareya Upanishad. That was Taittiriya Upanishad. Abhi Aitareya Upanishad. We will be studying. Now it is not as big as the earlier one, the Taittiriya, but content wise it is very inspiring, very interesting. It goes in the a lot of details only. So उस कारण से वो इतना हेवी बोर नहीं लगे except right in the beginning in the Bhashyam and in between while trying to understand Bhashyam. So the first thing is this Aitareya Upanishad. Okay, it is from the Rigveda. Let us know it. Then there is Aitareya Aranyaka in that. In that also, so many Aranyakas are there. In the second one, it is found to be in the chapters 4, 5, and 6. So till yesterday we were saying Krishna Yajurvedantargata, Taittiriya Aranyakantargata, Taittiriya Shakhantargata, Taittiriya Upanishad. Today, Rigveda Antargata, Aitareya Aranyakantargata, Aitareya Upanishad. So the source is Rigveda. In the second Aitareya Kanda, or whatever we call Adhyaya, Ditiya Aranyak mein 4 and 5 and 6 are these three chapters that is there as is Aitareya Upanishad. So as it is seen now, it has got three chapters. And first chapter has got, we have in this three of the khandas, let us say. So three khanda, the bhaga. First Adhyaya has got three khandas, second and third has one. Totally, how many Adhyaya? Teen. How many khanda? Panch isme hai. And it has a beautiful Shanti mantra. Little similar to the earlier one, little difference also. This Aitareya Upanishad again, in the beginning only, Bhagavan Adi Shankara, very exhaustively for more than 10-12 pages, he gives the Bhashya. I was thinking about should I study thoroughly, go through it because it takes very lot of effort, pain, and heaviness. Then the Lord gave an idea ki that initial Bhashyam, okay, of Adi Shankara, Sambandha Bhashyam, which we call Avatarika, we call Anubandha Bhashyam, we call little only every day we see. Then we take up every day one mantra also from tomorrow. So that the मंत्र पढ़ते हुए उपनिषद भी आगे हो रहा है और इनिशियल वाला जो संबंध भाष्य है that also we are able to slowly steadily digest, cover it. And then this Upanishad, like all, patiently only we will go through because it's the first time for me also to study and discuss with you. We are studying together. I'm not the 10 times I discussed, studied this and taught somewhere. So it is so thorough like Gita. No need to even open the book. Any chapter you ask right now, फटाफट. तो हमें ये 12 अध्याय पढ़ाए हैं और आ जाओ अर्जुन उवाच एवं सतयुक्ता ये भक्तास्त्वां परिपास्ते येषापेक्षरमव्यक्तं तेषां के योगवित्तमाः श्री भगवान वाच मयि आवेशमनो ये माम नित्ययुक्तावास्ते दयावरो वेद ते मे युक्ततमामतः. We can do all, but not this one. So today we will start with our Prarthana Shanti mantras, which we have not done. I remember it. Then we do the chanting of first Adhyaya, first Khanda completely, and then we make a simple beginning of the Shanti mantra and Sambandha Bhasha. Very vague, very confused, very mixed up will be our session today. And as we proceed again, dheere, these things starts falling in line. है ना कोई भी टीचर को स्कूल में जब फिजिक्स पढ़ानी है तो it takes 1 week for him to set into the subject in which he'll have to tune to the students also, the classroom also, the physics. He should also has to do the homework of how to present the subject and होता है. Anybody newly appointed head of any department हो any coach बनाया उसको बन तो गए but it takes time. So we are also like that. So let us start doing our prayers. Om, Om, Om. सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगर्थः ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि। नारायणं पद्मभवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। आब्रह्मलोकादाशेषात् आलोकालोकपर्वतात् ये वसन्ति द्विजा देवाः तेभ्यो नित्यं नमो नमः। यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलं स्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे। निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आन शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम्। ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। ॐ श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। ॐ प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्र्यवतु। ॐ सरस्वति नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। ॐ श्री वाग्देव्यै नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वती देव्यै नमः। ॐ व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ विदिताखिलशास्त्रसुधा जलधे महितोपनिषत् कथितार्थनिधे हृदये कलये विमलं चरणं भवशङ्करदेशिक मे शरणं। भवशङ्करदेशिक मे शरणम्। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि। प्रातः स्मरामि हृदि संस्फुरतात्मतत्त्वं सच्चित्सुखं परमहंसगतिं तुरीयं यत्स्वप्नजागरसुषुप्तमवैति नित्यं तद्ब्रह्म निष्कळमहं न च भूतसङ्घः। प्रातर्भजामि मनसा वचसा मगम्यं वाचो विभान्ति निखिलायदनुग्रहेण यं नेति नेति वचनैर्निगमा अवोचुः तं देवदेवमजमच्युतमाहुरग्र्यम् प्रातर्नमामि तमसः परमर्कवर्णम् पूर्णं सनातनपदं पुरुषोत्तमाख्यं यस्मिन्निदं जगदशेषम् अशेषमूर्तौ रज्ज्वां भुजङ्गम इव प्रतिभाति तं वै. ओम परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः. श्री ऐतरेय उपनिषद आचार्येभ्यो नमः. अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. समस्त देवतानां ऋषीणां मुनीनां गुरूणां देवतानां कृपा अनुग्रहेण श्री ऐतरेय उपनिषद आद्य शंकर अध्ययन द्वारा उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोध सिद्ध्यर्थम सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः सांप्रदायानां शास्त्राणां गुरु शिष्य परंपरायाः साधनानां योगानां देवता भक्त परंपरायाः पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरण समस्त विश्वव्याप्ति द्वारा विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति द्वारा विश्व शांति विश्व कल्याण विश्व एकता विश्व सामरस्य विश्व सौभ्रातृत्व विश्व पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम अस्मिन् सनातन धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये निष्ठित धर्म संस्थापकानां समस्त भक्त साधक सेवकानां च आयुरारोग्यैश्वर्य क्षेम स्थैर्य धैर्य वीर्य विजयादियुक्त बाह्य अभ्यंतर शक्ति साधना संपदा सानुकूल्यता प्राप्ति बाह्य अभ्यंतर समस्त शत्रु विघ्न स मूल निर्मूलन द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन दिव्य कार्य नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्री ऋग्वेद अंतर्गत ऐतरेय आरण्यकांतर्गत ऐतरेय उपनिषदः श्री आद्य शंकराचार्य भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. Sankalpa Prarthana is done. So, in today's first effort, we'll just chant only the first khanda of the first Adhyayam. Then 2 or 3 minutes, we'll just do the what you call little explanation about, not detail, the Shanti Mantram. Then we will do the Shankara Bhagwan's Sambandha Bhashya, 1 or 2, 3 lines. Tomorrow, when we meet, again Parayana will happen till we become familiar with the mantras. This is my way of doing the classes. You have seen the Aitareya Upanishad in 500 days, at least 50 times we must have gone through. Parayana mein. That helped us a lot. 59 though, at least 20-25 times we have gone through. Here also the Parayana will be done and little of the Shanti Mantra will be explained. Thereafter, this Shankara Bhashya introduction. Once Shanti Mantra is over, perhaps tomorrow only, first Khanda, first Mantra explanation goes on, and maybe in 7-8 times, days, this Sambandha Bhashya will also be thoroughly done. Then anyway, the mantras also being studied. As we see 5, 6, 7, 8 days, when we look back, a clarity will come to us. All Upanishads are not simple like Adhyatma Ramayana or anything. We have to thoroughly go through the mantras with Bhashya, then only the ideas will come. Now let's do the Parayanam. Om Ata Shri Rugveda Antargata Aitareya Dvitiyaranyaka Antargata Aitareya Upanishad Prathamodhyaya Prathama Khandaha Shanti Mantraha Om Om Vang Me Manasi Pratishthita Mano Me Vachi Pratishthitam Avirāvirma Edhi Vedasya Ma'anistha Shrutam Me Ma Prahasi Anenadhite Nahoratran Sandadhami Rutam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmamavatu Tadvaktaramavatu Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram Avatu Vaktaram Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. In this way, little break karte हुए few days we will do. Once we are thorough with the way of chanting, then we will do as it is. Now first mantra Om Atma Va Idameka Eva Agra Asid नान्यत् किञ्चन मिषत् स ईक्षत लोकान्नुसृजा इति स इमान् लोकान् असृजतां भो मरीचिर्परमापोधुम्भः परेण दिवं द्यौः प्रतिष्ठान्तरिक्षं मरीचयः पृथिवीमरो या अधस्तात्ता आपः स ईक्षते मेनुलोका लोकपालान्नुसृजा इति सोऽभ्य एव पुरुषं समुद्धृत्यामूर्च्छयत् तमभ्यतपत्तस्याभितप्तस्य मुखं निरभिद्यत यथा अण्डं मुखात् वाग् वाचोऽग्निर्नासिके निरभिद्येताम् नासिकाभ्यां प्राणः प्राणाद्वायुः अक्षिणी निरभिद्येताम् अक्षिभ्यां चक्षुः चक्षुष आदित्यः कर्णौ निरभिद्येताम् कर्णाभ्यां श्रोत्रं श्रोत्रात् दिशः त्वं निरभिद्यत त्वचो लोमानि लोमभ्य ओषधि वनस्पतयः हृदयं निरभिद्यत हृदयान्मनो मनसश्चन्द्रमा नाभिर्निरभिद्यत नाभ्या अपानः अपानान् मृत्युः शिश्नं निरभिद्यत शिश्नात् रेतो रेतस आपः ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Tomorrow we'll be seeing what each of the adhyayas or khandas containing like a bird's eye view. Then we enter into the study with Bhashya in a simpler, jovial way. Now, Om Shri Aitareya Upanishad Om Manastapatamashantyai Yasya Padanakachata Sharachandra Nibhabhanti Bhati Tam Vande Neelachinmanim Manastapatamashantyai Yasya Padanakachata Sharachandra Nibhabhati Tam Vande Neelachinmanim. Therefore, this is Bhagavan Adi Shankara given what you call his Shanti mantra or Prarthana mantra before the actual Shanti mantra. So what it is said is Manaha Tapa Tamas Shanti. For the Shanti or removal of the Tapa giver to our mind. And what is giving the Tapa, the Tadapa, the Dukkha to our mind? Tamaha. So मन को ताप देने वाले तम का शांति करने के लिए See, manastapa tamasyanti. Nice tongue twister, no? Manastapa tamasyanti. And what is that which helps us in removing the tapa of the mana, which is the uh, tamaha ki yasya pada nakachata. The truth or the reality or Guru Parampara or the Lord or Ishvara, whose pada nakachata. The one whose feet and of the feet, the finger or the fingers, the nail and the nails kanti. That is enough. And how it works like ki Sharat Chandra Nibha Bhati. You know that Sharat Chandra, we are in the Sharad Rutu only. The fullness of that moon, the blue moon we saw a few days back. So Sharat Chandra Nibha Bhati. Tam Vande Neela Chinmanim. To that Lord Neela Chinmani, the pure conscious money. And that नीला मणि बहुत महंगा वाला होता है ना. that नीला चिन्मणि, all the above chakras are compared with the Neela Chinmanis only. We all know that. So the Lord, let us say here, the praise is offered to prayer Bhagwan Shiva Dakshinamurti हो सकते हैं. So that Dakshinamurti Bhagwan, who is in the Neelachit Mani Rupa, he is Nakha Kanti of the feet. He is like the Sharat Chandra Purnima Kanti, which is enough to remove the Tamaha, because of which there was Tapa in the Mana. So Manastapa Tapashanti Yasya Padana Khachata Sharat Chandra Nibhabhati Tam Vande Neelachin Manim. To him my salutation. So एक ही दिन में आपको homework है. Tomorrow you have to by heart this mantra. Today by heart and tomorrow you must know. not very big. Manastapa tapashantyai yasya padana kachata sharachandra निभाभाति तम वंदे नील चिन्मणिम. मेरे को आ गया. मनस्तापतमशान्त्यै यस्य पादनकच्छटा शरच्चन्द्रनिभाभाति तं वन्दे नीलचिन्मणिम्. मनस्तापतमशान्त्यै यस्य पादनकच्छटा शरच्चन्द्रनिभाभाति तं वन्दे नीलचिन्मणिम. कमिट करो तो हो जाता है वो. डन. Now, the meaning of this Shanti mantra, today we are seeing Bhagwan Adi Shankar ka shlok ka to we have seen. Tomorrow again we will repeat. Now, the beautiful, every day to be chanted is this glorious Shanti mantra of this particular Rigveda Upanishad named Aitareya. Aitareya Upanishad's Shanti mantra is this. Om. Om is the address to the Parabrahma Paramatma. It is calling him, he is responding, then humbly we are putting in front of him our requests and prayers. So even in the Vedanta Upanishadic Granthas, the beginning is always with the Prarthana or Shanti mantra. It means what? At the level of sadhana kala, as a sadhaka and jiva, we have to have the trust and faith in the presence of the Lord with the ability and kindness to bless. And we are supposed to receive his blessings through the prayer so that the sadhana goes on well. Only after knowing the truth through the study and sadhana that everything is one Brahman, I am that. Even then also, for the correct guidance to others, not to misguide others, that Jnani continues to do the prayers to the Guru and the Lord. Though in Ekameva Advayam Brahma, there is nobody to pray to who anyone. But that only after experience. Even after experience, they to guide others, they continue doing namaskar. Example is this. The Rishi who has given us this experience of Upanishad is already Brahma Jnani. Then why do he needs to do namaskara? That is Shishtachara. There are some Shishtachara. We have to be following them unquestioningly. That's it. Pranams to the parents. Having the respect, reverence to the Ishta Devata, Kula Devata and our Guru. ये शिष्टाचार होता है. इसको बदलना नहीं चाहिए. यथातथ करना है. So here also, Om, he is asking the Brahmadeva, Parabrahma Paramatma ko, this disciple and Guru together they are asking. Always in Upanishads, the Shanti mantras are addressed, are studied by both Guru and Shishya together to invoke the grace of the Lord. So what is the prayer? Vang me manasi pratishtita. In brackets, bhavatu. May my vani, vak, be pratishtita, be established in the mind, rooted in the mind. More details we'll see tomorrow. And supporting the mind, supported by the mind. In short, in integration with the mind, let my speech be. So, what mind says, that alone speech should speak. What speech is speaking should be backed by the mind. So, Vang me manasi pratishtita. Now, the reverse also is importantly required. Therefore, mano me vachi pratishtitam. May my mind be established in my speech. Mana means your antakarana. So, whatever the knowledge I gained, that alone be expressed through the words. So, Vang me manasi pratishtita, mano me vachi pratishtitam. Let there be beautiful integration between the mana, the jnanendriya aspect, vani, the karmendriya aspect. All these we'll see tomorrow. So then, mano me vachi pratishtam, avihi ma edhi. So the avihi is the avihi sannitam guhacharam nama mahatpadam atra etat samarpitam ejat pranat. We have seen in Mundaka Upanishad. So the one meaning of avihi is prakasha. Another avi means the nearer to me. Avir ma edhi. So let that Lord who is of the pure nature of the light may come very, very close to me. First in intellectual understanding, second in sadhana naturally, the third in experience. So in that second line, Aviravirma Edhi, what we are asking is the Prakashamana Paramatma come in very close proximity to me. May I not go away from him. May he not go away from me. Finally, what we have to experience is this Paramatma who is of the Avihi Rupa, pure consciousness Rupa. Okay, Aviravirma Edhi. Then Vedasyama Ani Staha. So that Prakashamana Paramatma bring the Veda Jnana nearer and nearer to me. Vedasya Jnanam Yadasti may Anistaha, may it be brought nearer and nearer to me. Very good prayer. Huh? Tomorrow we'll spend 15 minutes for it. 15 or 10 minutes thoroughly. Then Shrutam me ma prahasihi. This is the most important player for all of us, especially me. Whatever I am listening, hearing, may it not leave me and go. May I remember whatever I am studying or listening. This is resembling with our Shanno Mitra mantra of the Aitareya, the last one. Shrutam me gopaya. है ना यश्चंदसा मृषभो श्रुतम में गोपाय in the Taittiriya Upanishad, in that Yaschandasa Mrishavo mantra, the last one, Shrutam me gopaya. So what I remember, studied, listened, it should remain with me and protect me. Here also, Shrutam me gopaya. So, Shrutam me ma prahasihi. Then the beautiful thing is, Anena aditena horatran sandadam. With this adhyanam, I will spend my day and night. Means day and night we have to spend in the study of or manana chintana of the Shastra. Only then whatever is happening in the day and night, that is transcended to experience that truth on which the day and night and all happenings are projected or superimposed. Then the common sentence is what? Rutam vadishyami, satyam vadishyami, I'll speak Rutam, satyam. Then Mamavatu, that Omkara Parabrahma protect me and protect the Vakta, protect me, protect Vakta and protect Vakta. वक्ता के लिए 3 बार, श्रोता के लिए 2 बार प्रणाम है. So we just touch the meaning. Every day I'll talk it 3-4 days so that the Shanti mantra's meaning is with us. With that meaning, सुबह दोपहर शाम 2-2 बार 3-3 बार कर पाओगे. Then Shruti Mata's Kripa, Param Brahma Kripa will be there on us in making us understand the Upanishadic mantra. Clear? Now, what we thought of it is just पारायण करते हैं कि ओम अथ प्रथमोऽध्याय प्रथम खंड श्री आद्य शंकराचार्य कृत संबंध भाष्य. What he says in the Sambandha Bhashya is one whole para I'll do Parayan. Tomorrow that para will explain. Like that it has 5-6 pages. So every day one bit we do. Also we study the Upanishadic main mantra and Bhashya. Nothing to miss. Just we have to be little attentive. That's it. Slowly study. He says, Parisamaptam karma saha apara brahma vishaya vijnanena sa esha कर्मणः ज्ञान सहितस्य परागतिः उक्त विज्ञान द्वारेण उपसंहृता. एतत् सत्यं ब्रह्म प्राणाख्यम् एष एकः देवः एतस्य एव प्राणस्य सर्वे देवा विभूतयः एतस्य प्राणस्य आत्मभावं गच्छन् देवता अप्येति इति उक्तम्. सः अयं देवता अप्य लक्षणः परः पुरुषार्थः एषः मोक्षः. स च अयं यथोक्तेन ज्ञान कर्म समुच्चय साधनेन प्राप्तव्यः न अतः परम् अस्ति इति एके प्रतिपन्नाः. तान् निराचिकीर्षुः उत्तरं केवल आत्मज्ञान विधानार्थं आत्मा वा idam ityadi aha. This is the Siddhanti's words. Now from here, the Purva Pakshi goes on talking very lengthily points. Generally, Purva Pakshi का 2 line होता है. Siddhanta takes over. Here Purva Pakshi himself puts such a big thing in which he puts some 7 or 8 akshepanas, objections raised. And to all the objections, Bhagavan Bhashyakara gives answer. So to understand objections to akshepa, to understand even the answer is such a heavy intellectual exercise, is it not? For me, especially, you have to go through and to talk to you, and you also when you listen, it see देखो जो बंदा बहुत शार्प सूक्ष्म होता है बुद्धि में उसके लिए ये सब समझ में आते हैं और the one who is trying to understand them he also becomes very sharper in his intellect. So what are those? Tomorrow we will see. Then Atma va idamagra asita. Before the whole creation, only one Paramatma alone was there. That is how this Upanishad starts. So all these details tomorrow will work out by Guru Parampara Kripa, God's Kripa. Today Vinayak Chauti's days are going on. I request you all to pray for me especially and for you all also so that we are able to study this Upanishad together very beautifully, systematically, with more and more clarity attained for the Adhyatmika Pragati. So do this favor of doing the prayers as I too will do. So we'll close today. Om, 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 Om. Om, 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 Om. Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Guru Bhyo Namah. परपुरुषभ्यो नमः परब्रह्मणे नमः श्रुतिमात्रे नमः तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Thank you, friends. Tell your friends also that we have started studying the new Upanishad. Let them join.